want everyone to understand how difficult this surgery was. This isn't just your typical quote-unquote nose job.
Travis, you know that all sorts of different noses, that's sort of what gives us our identity, our character, and probably the biggest challenge for a plastic surgeon to reconstruct it. And there's a reason for that, that when you're doing it, you have to respect what we call the different parts or aesthetic units. And they're divided up into the dorsal component. We have the alar crease area. We have the tip, which is one unit. We have the soft triangle, which Roy was missing, which is one of the most difficult areas to fix. The columella, which we had to reconstruct. His pit bull had taken part of that. And then finally, the ala, or the wings of your nose, all of those units, you have to keep that in mind when you're trying to recreate a nose that's going to look normal. So moving on, this is what we had with Roy. So we started, the first thing, as you saw in the surgery, that I worked on his septum. His septum was crooked. So in the process of doing that part of the procedure, I straightened his septum and at the same time took that cartilage, 2 pieces that I would use to place here to straighten his nose, support it, and also to put in that area where he lost support in his rim. The next thing I did was I removed a piece because this nostril was splayed. I took that as a free graft that I later was going to put in here to the columella. Next step, I made an incision here, which allowed me to open up the whole nose like that. Through that incision, I got total exposure, released all the skin above the nose, because at the very end, I would move that skin around to close that defect. Cartilage that I took from the septum, I then put into the columella to support that. And then the cool part of the procedure, how to reconstruct that missing piece in the rim of his nose. I did what's called a bilobe flap. So I made cuts like this, rotated that tissue into there to fill it, and that's the way that it looked when I closed it up.
Wow.
And there's the operation.
So like I said, you know, that's a fairly involved surgery, and I'm sitting here wondering, do you all want to see Roy's new nose? I know I do.
Roy, come on out. How are you, my friend? Just 2 weeks. How do you feel?
Amazing. I really do. Means a lot.
How cool is that? I mean, I speak for both of us. We've worked with Roy now for 4 years. He's become a dear friend, and there's nothing
Breaks
better
me
than...
up.
Well, obviously, you look closely at his nose. Let's take a look at his nose before. Let's take a look at his nose now. He is wearing a special concealer called Oxygenetics, which is a special concealer that makes things look better, but also helps in the healing process.
It's amazing.
Did you ever think
No.
that you would ever have the ability to have a normal nose?
No, I didn't. Not at all. I really didn't. And even after he did the operation, you know, I was skeptical when I first started to pull off the Band-Aid. It's amazing.
Well, you know...
Thank you.
Thank you. You do look good, my friend.
Thank you, everybody.